Generic greetings and welcome back to Academia School Simulator once again. In the previous episode we started construction on Generic School with our motto being Generic Lorem Ipsum because it's Latin-ish. Either way, we managed to get the freshman's classroom sorted, the cafeteria-ish sorted, and also the kitchen as well, which we still haven't fully furnished because we don't need to just yet. We might expand that as we progress on, but we'll see how it goes. So we also planned out the toilets over here, but they're a bit too big and there's been some changes suggested, so we're going to go ahead and do all of that. But either way, the plan for this episode is quite simple: get some students and see how we go. So we're going to unpause it, and first thing I'm going to do is go to objects and then to the bench, and then put a bench in there because that's triggering a lot of people, and to be fair, that's how psychopaths are born if we don't fix it, so let's just, avoid that. So that's all sorted. We then need to sort out this toilet area, so I'm going to go over to the layout and then go to erase. I'm going to erase a fairly big section on either side. Now the reason for that is I want to have a extra big wide centerpiece, mainly because we don't need these toilets the size that they are, so I'm just going to do that. And what I'll do in the center here, you can actually place statues. We're going to have some statues around here, so it looks fairly cool. So we're going to block all those off. The entrance to the toilet area will be probably still at the bottom, so we'll go to... Oh no, if we have the entrance in the center, it means I have to look at the statues. No, let's not bother. Let's just put a door there and a door there, and then we'll go to build. And for this is going to be a brick, because we did say that anything that's going to be sort of amenity-wise or nothing to do with education will be in brick. So there we go. And then obviously we need to put a door on there as well. Not a staff door because that would be insane. And obviously we're going to use bathroom tiles because this is after all the bathrooms. And then concrete tiles for the entrance. And while we're on, we'll have a concrete tile all the way around like so. And job done. Spending a lot on tiles, but we don't really have much to spend the money on. As you can see, we have some students now. So we've got, how many students in total? 32 students, which is pretty much what we got. Well, it is what we got in the freshman's classroom, so that's good. So we've got the full intake there. But immediately, as you can see, they are dropping loads of trash all over the floor, even though we've got some trash bins. So that's not good. Some of them are going up to there and use it, but it takes them a while to use it. So they're just flinging everything on the ground. So we can't have that. Let's go over to the janitor and go 1, 2, 3, 4 janitors, because they need to clean this up. We also need the janitor's closet, which we'll get to later on once I've got this sorted. But you can hear the bell ringing there, and that means they have to go to the freshman's classroom and actually have some education. That's what it's about. So first period, so they're going to go there, and then they will be taught whatever the teaching is doing at this particular point. So they're all sat down there. You can click on each one of them, and you can see their motivation, which is their overall, essentially, happiness state. And then you've got a condition of health and discipline, and then some needs, sort of food, things like that. So these feed into this one, then this feeds into this one. And then you've also got the subjects out of 100. So art, history, language, math, PE, and science. And you can see they are all learning, although the teacher isn't here. No, the teacher's just turned up now. There we are. So you can see some of them, they actually do like little waves and stuff. That's pretty good. So they're all... There's all the books there, like, popping up above their head. I'm guessing they're talking about it or whatever. You can see the teacher goes around and they do little gestures with their hands, like, this is a circle, yeah, and that's another circle. And then they're going to go on the chalkboard. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty good. That's pretty emotive. Although they've just walked through a student, so maybe that's not entirely accurate. So... you can see they're getting taught language. Yeah, I wonder if they're all getting the same thing. So they're getting taught language and now a bit of math. That's what the symbols above their head mean. So they were taught, originally we were talking language, then we're taught math, and now I think some of them are getting taught how to go to toilet. We should probably finish the toilet. Okay, so I'll go over to objects and then to the toilet, and then we need to have a sink, and the sink will go in here. 1, 2, 3. Let's cancel some of those. Let's go for the we'll go for the sinks. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll have urinal. 1, 2, 3, and then a cubicle of this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and crap! No! Undo. There we go. I was going to say that. Remember, these are mirrored, so we can't have them exactly like the other side. So the left one's going to be male, the right one's going to be female, so obviously no urinals in the right one. And then we will go over to zones, and then to the toilet. Clicky, draggy. There's that one done. We will edit that zone, edit the toilet. That is going to be for gender male, and this one is going to be, it's not yet a legitimate toilet, so I can't do anything until there's at least one sink in. Come on. It's currently recessed, so what they're going to do is head to any area where they can just have a bit of fun. So in this case, they're just going to sit in the cafeteria. But I do need to go ahead and get get a I think it's called a club or something like that up and running. So this can now be edited, so it is female, there we go. So now I've got the toilet training grant completed, there we go. So that is all sorted. So it says the school is dirty, your students might get sick. So what I need to do is go to grants, and we're going to go for probably cleanliness is next to godliness, which will accept that, and we need to build a janitor room and place trash cans, 6 of. We need to place 6 trash cans, so I'm going to go to objects and all, and then scroll down to find the said trash can, which is there. And what I'll do is I'll have a couple of trash cans around this place, like so. We've already got a couple in here. It'd be nice to have some more, but we just don't have the space, so maybe we want to go ahead and place them. We haven't got one in here, so we'll place a couple of trash cans in here, like that. And how many more do we need? I'm going to get rid of that potted plant because I don't think they actually do anything apart from look fairly decent. So I'm going to get rid of that for now. I'm just seeing, why have they not built this? I did order this, but for some reason they haven't bothered. There we go. That's all ordered. So that's been removed. We'll go back over to the trash can. We'll put a trash can in the corner there. So we need a janitor's office or janitor's room. So janitor's room, if we look in the zones, is minimum size 4x4, requires a kitchen sink and a table. So we could probably put that in this corner here. What I'll do, I will add a concrete tile. Actually, I can't. I was going to say add a concrete tile all the way along here, so it's a double thick walkway, but we can't just because of the way it is, because this isn't concrete, you see. So we'll go to brick wall, and it needs to be a minimum size of 4x4. So do we want to place it there? I mean, this is workers' quarters. We could probably put it around here. We don't need the workers' quarters as big as it is. So I'm going to delete the. I'm going to delete this. So we'll say zones, edit zone, and we'll remove the zone. We'll pause it for a moment just so we can go over to build brick wall, and we'll have the entrance in 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be the size of the building, like that, and then the rest will be workers' quarters. So over the zones, it'll be in. I mean, does it need to be inside? No, minimum size 5x5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could actually have that indoors, and that would be better for them. It would look a bit better as well. So let's do that. Let's go over to the building tab again, brick wall. Then we're going to go across and then up, and then we'll have the entrance in like so. And then unpause it. Unpause it. Okay, apparently you can't unpause when you're in that menu. There we go. Most of the buttons don't work when you're in that menu. There's all of that placed. We will have, obviously, the flooring in but a moment. But for the time being, we'll go for janitor's room, which is there. We'll go for a workers' quarters in here. And then, obviously, we do need to have things like indoors and such. So we'll sort that out with concrete tiles, like that. Job done. Okay, so this one requires kitchen sink, table, chairs, and indoors. So that is all accurate. We could have moved this along to make it a bit bigger, but that doesn't really matter too much. So we need a kitchen sink, which will, ideally, it would have been better to be moving along a bit. So let's just actually do that. Let's actually demolish that wall. Let's move it along a little bit so I can fit a kitchen sink in there, just so it's a bit bigger, you see. So I've ordered the deletion of a lot of these things, or rather get rid of the staff door, move them along, and obviously we need to go to zones, edit zones. Sadly, you can't move the zones properly. You have to you have to just delete them. You can't just deselect some of it, sadly. That's just, it is what it is, and cancel that. It needs to be there, which should be about right now. We'll put a concrete tile there, and then finally we will go back to zones. Obviously workers' quarters is going to be there, which is still a 5x5. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6x5, so that's more than acceptable. And then the workers' quarters, which is now a 5x5. Sorry, the janitor's quarters. Okay, so we will have a kitchen sink, I believe. So it is janitor's room, it is kitchen sink, which will go in there. It'll say a table, which will be in that corner there, and then a couple of chairs. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 chairs are required, there you go. And that should be fine. That should be all of those sorted, and for some reason there's a bit of sick in the workers' quarters. Hey-ho. It's a bit strange, actually, that... Am I using the wrong tiles? That's concrete tile. And that's concrete. But for outside, it seems to be different. See that? On the outside, it seems to be a bit different. I wonder if that's automatically changed. Very strange. Anyway, so you can see there's all like unhappy faces here in blue, and that's because, well, the food's going down, but the fun's at 0. So we need to sort that out. The school says it's dirty, but it's now getting cleaned up, so that's fine. In terms of the to-do list, we need to build a janitor's room, which is not yet done because they haven't built that. Okay, but once that's done, we'll be sorted. So we're going to speed up to max speed while they crack on with that, and it will be done now. So there's that grant done. So we can then get No Man is an Island, which gives you the ability to get a club, or rather, it asks you to build the club, which we're going to put about here. So in terms of the club, I believe it's just a minimum size of 4x4, but we'll just check. Minimum size club 5x5. Okay, so having it this size here is more than big enough. So, do we want to have it that big? I don't know. I really don't know. Actually, what I'm going to do first is have... I want the statues. There's male and female statues. I want them here. So I'm actually going to build it a little bit smaller. So I'll have a concrete tile going along like that. Then concrete tile going up and... Ooh, cancel part of that. Demolish. Ah, this is the problem. Oh, you can actually stop it. You can't click and drag to cancel sections. But you can't... you can click and drag to build, but you can't click and drag to cancel. Which is a bit strange. Hey ho. And why is that? Why is that different? Am I missing something here? Okay. So we're gonna go for brick wall and have this as a club. Like that. There we are. And we'll max speed it out. And look at that. It's different. Why is it different? I do not know. Interesting. Either way, today is the first day where the students have had a full day of education. That's pretty good. Is that the wrong way? That is the wrong way. Let me remove that trash can and spin it around. Yeah, this is the first day of the students' teachings. So, year 1, quarter 1, day 2. Obviously, what's going to happen is they're going to keep coming back, and eventually, after it could be 7 days, I believe, they get a assessment, and then your school is graded. So we need to make sure we are ready for that. Okay, so back over to the building tab, staff door. Sorry, normal door, in fact. And for this floor, we will go with a concrete. That should be fine. And then we want to have... Why is that a different colour? Look at that. What is up with that? This is definitely concrete tiles, right? Concrete tile. Concrete tile. Concrete tile. That is just very, very strange indeed. Is it the order of placement, or does it take a while to go off? I have no idea. Anyway, so this is where we're going to have our club. So we will have a club. Is it in? It is in alphabetical order. So minimum size 5x5, yes. Table required and a chair. So it's similar to this, really. So table and chairs. 1, 2, 3. Could have it like that, or could we have it? Ah, that's better. If we do 1, 2, 3, 4, then you could have ones in the center. If you really wanted to, but I am not going to because I want to have like probably some trash cans in the back there, because this place will get very dirty. When I click on club, it actually brings up the trash can as something it recommends you utilize. Oh, hang on, wait. Cancel. Just realized this is wrong. Those are going over these other benches, so I'm going to have to dismantle them. That's a shame. I'm going to have to spin them around. So they are going to have to go in like that, which isn't a problem. And we could have one there. Yeah, go on then, we'll have that. That's actually a better way of doing it, in fact. It's a lot more space conscious, so that's okay. And should be about right, that should be a club. So, that's really bugging me, that. I don't know what that concrete tile's all about. Why it's different. See, that's a concrete tile, but I can't do anything with it. This bit here. I can go across the road, though. Very strange, indeed. So, it looks like the club's sorted. No Man Island is complete. That's good. So, in terms of other grants, we've got school health, which is students and staff will inevitably get sick, build a clinic so they have somewhere to go when they have the flu. Okay. We've also got a library, school expansion. We'll go for school health, but we're not going to get that done just yet. We want to put in things like the statues and the fountains and things like that. So we're going to go with male statue there and then female statue on the right. So it's like that's the club bit, you see. And in fact, you know what? No, let's get rid of both of those. The reason for that is I want to have the female statue on the right, male on the left, and then we'll have a planter either side. So it looks nice and pretty. We'll do that. And in here, we might be able to put a fountain. We can put a fountain. It's going to go about there. There we go. So it actually gives it a nice little bit of flavour. That's quite nice. I like that. Alright. And hang on, Derek. Hang on. Oh, we've missed a... I'm going to say we've missed something out here. And that's a planter. Which will go there. And then in between them... trash cans. Oh, I keep putting that in the wrong place. Planter, there. And then trash cans either side, just so it doesn't get covered in muck, you see. Oh, I like that. Yeah, I think that looks quite nice. Can you alter the... No, you can't alter the nameplate. So 7 students are absent due to sickness. Oh, and there's that. Animating as well. Ooh, very pretty. So... 7 students are absent due to sickness. That can be prevented by making sure that everything is clean around your school. Obviously, we've got the janitor going there with the mops. I don't know if you can see them. Let's go back to normal speed here. You can see that there's janitors. Oh, we haven't fully sorted this out. Concrete towel there. Concrete towel there. Where are they? Come on, where are they at? There you go, look, see that? So they're actually mopping up and such. That's very good. Okay, so, the question is, what do we need now? Let's click on these. Looks like they are getting taught signs. Then you can see there's like a thing above the head. And there's also, what's that? Are they saying they're not clean? Starving, comfortable, rested, bored, and clean. Oh, they just need to wash their hands, do they? Is that all it is? They need to wash their hands, I think. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do, dismantle one urinal just to get another sink in here. Because that's the last thing we want, people saying they can't wash their hands. So put another sink in instead. There we go. And these guys are saying hungry. Nope, that's going up. That's fine. Motivation's quite low, though. Can't hold it anymore. Well rested, hungry. The thing is, because we can't alter the regime, we're just assuming that the regime is okay. It must be, because, well, if it's broke, then we can't do anything about it, really. So they're getting taught history, I'm guessing, by the fact there's like a ziggurat thing popping up, an Aztec temple type thing. It looks like maths is 100%, or 100 out of 100. Science, 85 of 100. Language, same thing, or 100 out of 100. And then history, PE, and arts going up. It looks like you can get taught PE inside there. I know there is some, there is some groundwork to be laid there, but really, you do need to be outside on a field doing something. Or on a court, whatever. Oh, by the way, yes, look at the doors. The doors don't just slide open and close like they do in PA. They actually open up like that. So, yeah, that's okay. Right, so we've got the next one is cleanliness is done, actually. We've done that one. So to do school health. So we need to build a clinic and hire 2 nurses. So let's just crack on with that. We will go over to... Do we need to do that? Do we want to get some more students? How many students can we comfortably fit in the cafeteria? That's the question. Because if we do get more students, if we can't fit them in the cafeteria, then we're going to have problems. So we've got 32 students, and we can have 8, 16. We can have we can have 32 there. Then we've got a little bit of space there. So ideally, you want a slightly bigger caf if we're going to build the same size room. And we'd probably expand that to... I don't know, because we're not going to have another... I don't think we need another kitchen. I do think we do need some more cooks, though. Let's hire another cook, just in case. So, let's think about then expanding to have the... probably the clinic up here. Minimum size 4x4. We need a medical cabinet and a clinic bed. So we could just have it here. If we really wanted to. I don't think there's any problem with that. I am going to go with a... I was actually going to go with tiled wall for this, but I've realised I've used the brick. Can you just redo it? You can redo it. I think that's better. If we go with tiled wall for the toilet, it would make a bit more sense. And then we're going to do the clinic here. So the clinic won't be that big. Minimum size 4x4, so actually I think we will 1, 2, 3, 4. Just have the internal size of that 4x4. I don't think we need it much bigger than that. We'll have a standard door. Oh, good grief, that zoomed in maximally. Maximally? That's a word. It zoomed in for some reason, just straight to the minimum zoom. So, just finishing. Oh, that looks better. There you go, the toilet's actually better now. It'd be nice if you had some different internal and external textures. That would be nice. Alas. So, max this out. Wait until I've done this. And then concrete tile will go around. Let's see what type of tile it is. It is that tile. Why is that tile different? I still don't know. Have I used a different tile? What am I missing? I'm missing something. Anyway, this is going to have the bathroom tile inside, obviously, and then concrete tile. And then we'll have this as a zone, clinic, clicky, clicky, draggy, draggy. Obviously, all the trees and stuff will be automatically removed because of what it is. We will have, well, we need the clinic bed, which is it's just a one bed, as you can see. It's not very big. So we're going to have the beds, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that, and then we'll have chairs so you can sit next to the patient, and then we'll have a medical cabinet, which for some reason always reminds me of, we'll have 2 of those, the medical cabinet from Theme Hospital, especially when you look at it from the other angle. And then we should be okay as soon as we hire 2 nurses. And there we go, there's that grant done. So, 7, we've still got students absent due to sickness, which is not good, but hopefully the clinic will sort that. There's still a bit of dirt around the place, but it's not a massive amount. I mean, the janitors are always out cleaning, so we should be okay. So, school health completed. In terms of the to-do list, we've now got Expanding Horizons, which is build a library and a computer lab. School expansion, which is reach 50 students, and then you've got other types of students that you can get. So, I think we'll go for a computer lab. No, we'll go for expanding the sophomore students. We'll go for the next one up. So we'll apply that one. And what we'll do, we'll have the same size of classroom on this side, and then we'll also have to build another cafeteria to cope with that as well. But for the time being, I think we will leave it there. Not a bad bit of building there. Several grants done. We got 27 grand in the kitty. We're actually losing 700 a day. That's why we need some more students. That's why I've chose that over everything else. But as always, hope you have enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.